Imagine, if you will, you driving along a dark desert highway. A signpost comes up ahead. The next thing you know, you're in purgatory. You ask yourself, is it better to serve in heaven or is it better to reign in hell? So in this video, we'll be talking about the new album by Five Finger Death Punch called AfterLife. The album was released on August 19th, 2022. This is a band that gets a lot of hate, but they've always been kind of like a guilty pleasure for me. I did enjoy listening to mostly their earlier albums. I feel their last few albums have been rather weak. This brings us to the new one. Maybe it's a little better, but it still feels very cheesy to me. The thing that stands out, the lyrics are just very cringy. Ivan Moody, he feels the need to use the word motherfucker in every other song. They recycle lyrics from past albums, and I'll get to that as I go through the songs. But some of the music was okay. So I know in this album one of their longtime guitarists left the band. Some of the music is not that bad, but they're doing what a lot of bands are doing now, trying to move towards a more modern pop sound. Not really as much as that new I Prevail album, and I'll get to that in its own separate review. But still, some of the stuff reminded me of their older albums, and some of the stuff, kind of more like their recent albums. So let's talk about this. They start off the album with a heavy song called Welcome to the Circus, and it's about the music industry, or at least that's my interpretation of it. One of those songs they talk about, I want to beat somebody up, trying to be melodic in the chorus. The song's okay. Nothing out of the ordinary. They don't really explore any new territory. Just a typical Five Finger Death Punch song. Then the title track. This one has some vocals reminding me of Volbeat. You hear that a lot throughout this album. Another kind of typical Five Finger Death Punch song. You got that short acoustic intro and a song about wanting to kick somebody's ass. This one's a little catchy. Maybe it was a single. I heard it a few times already. The chorus is repetitive. He says, I don't want to wait repeatedly. I don't want to wait. I don't want to wait. That kind of thing. It's okay. Times like these, one of the ballads. I was expecting a Foo Fighters cover, and I probably would have enjoyed that more if it was. But it's a pop song about being on the road. They use a lot of modern pop elements. Maybe they're trying to attract a younger audience, and the video shows concert footage from all over the world. So that's what that's all about. Roll Them Bones. It's really super cheesy, kind of like How They're Such Badasses or something like that. So the song follows the same formula like most of their other songs. Ivan Moody mixes his melodic vocals with that badass vocal style. They do some of that machine gun riffing, but that's about all I can say. Pick Up Behind. It's another hard rocker. Lyrics about reminiscing about the past and kind of repetitive towards the end of the song. Not a lot of substance here, just has that typical sound. Nothing very memorable. Then Judgment Day. This one, they kind of get a little of that electronic sounds mixed in. This is them trying to do that modern pop. Ivan Moody sings in that low baritone style. The lyrics are extra cringy. It's a laid-back song, but if you like this type of song and, hey, look at me, look at what a badass I am, those types of lyrics, you might like this. A little catchy, but that's about all it has going for it. Then there is IOU. It has some cheesy lyrics like, is it better to serve in heaven or better to reign in hell? Talk about being stuck in purgatory. This one follows the same formula as most of the other ones. Ivan Moody does some of those harsh death metal vocals. But other times he's just those speaking vocals. He tries to be catchy, but it was one of the singles, and kind of a little one of their later day songs. The guitar solo actually sounds pretty good. No complaints about that. But I think they added too much of that modern pop production on this song. Then there's a song, Thanks for Asking. This is one of their passive aggressive ballads. Ivan Moody sings about how he's not okay, but he does it in this very sarcastic manner. He also refers to God as a woman, just like their other songs, which I believe is Wrong Side of Heaven. And, I think they're trying to capture that same energy or trying to create Wrong Side of Heaven Part 2. They usually have one type of ballad where they kind of, try to do that sound. Then they come back with Blood and Tar. Here they try to be a little different, kind of reminded me of the band Disturbed, but they pretty much end up sounding how they always do. I think this one is okay, but it lacks just memorability. The guitar riffs are just there, making distorted noise. I don't find really anything interesting, but on a positive note, they added in some clean, like melodic guitars towards the end, and that little interlude sounded okay, but otherwise, this was just like a filler track. Then they follow up with another ballad called All I Know. They do that like slight, like southern rock intro, and then, you know, the song, it's okay, you know, the lyrics are not that bad. Actually, they're actually a little heartfelt, and the vocals are pretty good. You know, he's not trying to be Volbeat. He's not doing those spoken word vocals. He's not like constantly dropping F-bombs. So this song, maybe it's okay. I think it might be one of those like rare diamonds in the rough. It could grow on me to be a good song, but you know, I'll just have to give it a few more listens and I'll decide, you know, whether or not I really like this one. But I think this one might be like one of those songs that's pretty good. But then they followed up with Gold Gutter, just a typical cringy song. It starts with the lyrics, oh shit, you know what fucking time it is? Burn it down. You know, that's what you get. The redeeming quality of the song is that the guitar riff is heavy, sounds kind of good, but this is the pinnacle of cringe, another one of the typical I'm gonna kick your ass songs. And the last song is called The End. Now it makes you wonder, is it their last song ever? I mean, are they calling it quits? Probably not. They're going to have another album out in like 2 years, and they're going to have the same type of songs. It's going to be the same thing anyway, but they ended the album with a song called The End. You got some of those like acoustic guitars. The song talks about the inner pain he feels. Another typical Five Finger Death Punch song. They recycle some lyrics. You know, they mention heaven and hell a lot, and that comes up throughout many of the songs on different albums. They incorporate some like industrial, or not industrial, actually orchestral elements in the song, but this one, maybe it's a grower, but it didn't really stick with me that much. So what do I think of the album? It's another typical Five Finger Death Punch album. Nothing special. They recycle a lot of the same riffs, the same song style, same lyrical content. I guess maybe a little better than the last two albums, because those ones I didn't actually like at all. And I will do a ranking of this, because there are some albums that I did like, so that ranking will be coming maybe like next week. But it's a typical album. They're just not what they used to be. They're trying to attract a new audience, more with a modern pop sound, and they want to attract this like red pill, like alpha male, like fan base, that type of thing. But I don't know. I'll give this album a 6.5 out of 10, just because some of the songs are catchy. Otherwise, I probably won't be going back to this that much. That's all I'm going to say. This is JC Rock and Metal Reviews. My name is John. Thanks for watching. I'll be back tomorrow. The new album by Soilwork. That's my next album review. So, see you later.